Hey y'all, it is I. Um, Today I want to talk about this feeling of defeat. It's kind of been going around. Um, in continuance of our work on our shadows, I think it's very heightened right now. And it might come out in ways of like irritability, um, tiredness, um, exhaustion, anger, just a lot of stuff that we really don't like other people to see, like coming to the surface. And we are being called to kind of be still in our own storms, not because like the storm is like not scary, but because in order to be calm and to kind of weather it is like just to be still in the center. Because we know that things like just happen. But like when you are in an alignment and you are aware that storms come and go, you also practice, you practice, you just practice trusting like the inner knowing, you know? I think a lot of us know that these things happen, but like sometimes you're just so pulled, like we're so out of alignment that we let other things take us out of character, just out of whack. We allow things to take us there. And like the person inside of you already knows like we've been through worse. Like we know like it's already happened before. And I feel like now, as most of us are kind of like in a new transition, it's like amplified. It's like people are irritating you. People are like trying to bring the worst out of you, and it's like, don't try me, you know. Even in the wake of like politics and things like that, like it's like we already know most of the time they lie. We already know most of the time they don't give a fuck. We already know all these things, yet we still act like we are surprised. We're not surprised. We're not surprised. But with all that being said, that feeling of just being defeated, like why are these things still happening? Why are people so mean? Like, why do people have nothing else better to do than to put other people down? It's exhausting. And although it is exhausting, you have to understand, like, not everything is your fight. Like, the true fight right now is for everyone to be in unison, or I should say, be in the knowing, the deep knowing of who they are and what they should be doing, or at least the wisdom to be still. And I know we've talked about this before, but it doesn't get old, because when you take control of yourself, you actually are holding on to your power. You're actually able to use strong discernment because you make decisions from just like actually like, hmm. And it's not because one is better than the other, but you do it because you know it's like a it's like a better perspective. Like it's just like you make decisions not because you are casting good and bad on one, but it's like you know what is for you and what is not for you. And on this journey of like ascension and like getting to know yourself, things that worked for you back then aren't going to work for the person you are now. And it's really important that we honor those decisions, because it's not saying some people are bad and not saying some people are better. We're just not in the same place. I can't expect someone who hasn't done the shadow work or done the work on themselves to like understand where I'm coming from or why I made certain decisions. And it doesn't help me to try and make them understand. Like that's a journey you have to go on yourself. And a lot of us are feeling tired because and sad because we can't take people that used to fit certain parts of ourselves along this journey with us. Like they can't go because they haven't done the work. And it's important for you to know that to continue to ascend, to continue to come into alignment, things have to fall away. And it can be defeating sometimes. It can be really sad. So it's okay to just want to feel like crying some days. It's okay just to not know what is going on. It's okay. It's okay. But also look at where you've been. Look at where you come from. Think about where you were a day ago, 3 days ago, 6 months ago, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. You are not the same. And your soul is starting to recognize its true self because you are actually making decisions that go and fall in line with your soul purpose. And you're probably starting to recognize that, like, what? Like, what's going on? Like, why does this feel different? Like, and why did it take me so long to get here? You know? And the truth is, like, you've always been that person. It's just like everyone comes here and we have different things to learn, you know? And having patience in that journey is a lesson in itself. You know, we meet people for different reasons. And sometimes, like, you just have to let it go. You just have to let people go. And even though it may feel like you've been defeated, you've actually just leveled up to the next level of your life. Something you've been working for. Okay? Let's get some guidance. You know, some advice. And I'd just like to say, remind everyone that is watching these videos, no matter how big, how small, whatever you gather, whatever you take it. And whatever you don't, what doesn't resonate, leave it. I want to remind you that tarot is a tool, okay? The cards are just a tool to tap into intuitive thoughts. If you would like to try, try. Ain't no gatekeepers out here, okay? Those of us that truly feel drawn or like to use these cards, that's just the work of the healer, you know? But not all healers or all people that work with divination tools not everybody's the same. There's some people that are so good at what they do, they don't need the cards, they just tap right in. I'm not there yet. Okay, especially through the screen. I just saw discernment. Okay, so find time to be still. Full moon's tomorrow. Pay attention, y'all. Dreams have been crazy. My dreams have been crazy. A lot of old ties being severed, or I'm being asked to review them. And it's kind of sad because you realize people came in for seasons and you wanted them to stay for a lot longer than they were supposed to. And it's sad. But it's also a declaration of your growth too. Not because they're good or bad, but because you've grown. You no longer are attached to those things. And releasing them is a big part of leveling up. Okay? First, that card that just hopped out is perception. Okay? What are you perceiving? Has your perception changed? Has your perspectives changed? Things are coming back for you to see things differently. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay? The most beautiful thing about gaining more perspective is that you have another angle. Okay? Yes, something happened to you in the past. Yes, maybe it sucked, maybe it was great, but now you're being asked to review it again. What part did you play in that part of your life? So before you may have been the victim, but now it's time to see yourself. It's time to liberate yourself from that victimhood and say, what part did I play in that? And then it's not to be mean to yourself. Like, you still have to give yourself grace, but it's like, how are you going to level up? So now when the situation happens again, like, what have you learned, and what will you do that was different from that time? Okay? Because we're not playing the victim anymore. Okay, authority at the bottom. Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. Okay? We are taking our power back. We know that in past situations, like, we took the role of the victim. We decided that people wronged us, but we didn't acknowledge that we made decisions that put us in those positions. Okay, but now in this time, in this new cycle we're entering right now, we are taking our power back because we're going to use our discernment this time. We're going to take our time. We're not going to let anybody rush us into doing anything. We are going to take our time. We are going to gather our ancestors. We're going to gather our knowledge. And we are going to make decisions that are in tune with our soul purpose. Okay? So that means no one can make you do anything. Now, you can choose to let someone influence you, but no one can make you do anything. And if we have to learn a lesson over, then we will learn a lesson over. That is the choice we will make. Fertility, a lot of new ideas, communication and divine feminine. Okay, like we already know, most of us are nurturing ourselves, showing compassion. Okay, you're getting a lot of messages. It could be like physical messages from people. A lot of people probably realizing, oh, I miss this person, because there's a lot of those feelings going on. You know, you're probably hearing from loved ones, in different ways, whether it be through social media, text message, phone, like whatever, it doesn't matter. But it's coming in because I think we're all kind of in this stage of review, saying things we wish we could have said. And if they're not here right now, trust me, you can send a message and they will receive it. Okay? And if you ask and you have the right intention, the messages will come through. Okay? But you have to do your part too. You have to be open. You have to be wanting to receive the messages. You have to be wanting to be in alignment. Otherwise, you're choosing to stay in that state of victimhood, and things can't come to you. The messages you're wanting can't come to a victim, okay? Because you're clouded by your own judgment and the judgment you think someone else has placed on you, okay? But going back to that divine feminine, we're all kind of learning how to be in that Queen of Cups energy, to love ourselves, self-love, to nurture the parts of us that need to be nurtured. Our shadows want attention. That's also why those feelings of irritability, anger, frustration, all those things are coming up, because that's a part of you that you probably don't like other people to see, right? And the thing is, like, we shouldn't be ashamed when those things come up. Just ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? Like, what is this trying to teach me? Listen to it. Just listen. Okay, let's go ahead and get some cards. I was trying to figure out which decks to use. But since I really feel like I'm being drawn to dark cards because I feel like that's what we need to be working on. Is like the stuff that we keep in the shadow. So I think I'm going to use the my crow deck, and then my unknown tarot, and then we can end with either like ancestor energy coming in strong. I think we'll end with like the oracle, mystical shaman oracle. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So it's no longer time to be entrapping ourselves. Okay. And this is a process. But the beauty of doing this work on yourself is like whatever you're asking for, whatever you're trying to manifest, when you do that, it's like you're in preparation. Like it's kind of like the training, shadow work is training. It's like, because like nobody could tell you anything about yourself. Like when you've done the work and you figure that out, like nobody could tell, even the bad things. Like it's like, oh, whereas other times, like it's kind of like a shot. That's our ego that feels hurt. But if you work together, your higher self and your ego, you do that shadow work, it's just kind of like, okay, yeah, I know I'm working on that. Yeah, I know I'm a little selfish. It's because I've been taken from, or I never got, Oh, I know I'm insecure. It's because I was abandoned. No one told me they loved me. When you figure out what it is and you get the root, it's like, don't be afraid to confront yourself or confront those things that are coming up. Okay? Why am I always choosing the same kind of lovers? Why am I always choosing the same friends? Why do I keep doing this? Okay? Without the shadow work being done, we can't manifest correctly because your heart space isn't all the way open. Okay, Chariot. We're about to be on a whole new cycle, y'all. But we can't get on that cycle. We can't start this new beginning until the work is done. Oh, wow. It went plop, plop. Mother of Pentacles. See, yeah. Six of Cups. You've been here before. I just saw Three of Swords. Are you about to do something different, though? You're worried about people watching you fail. Who cares? Who cares? A part of mothering yourself is loving yourself. Magician came out in reverse last time. That's how I knew like we aren't manifesting, but it just came out upright. Because like after you are able, look, Eight of Pentacles, time to do that work. Work. Right? This new cycle can't begin until we reach all the way down and do what we need to do. Okay? You can't be worried about things that happened in the past, okay? You have to let that stuff go. You have to let it go, or else you are not going to be able to like start this new chapter of your life. You're not going to be able to do it. It just doesn't work like that, because like when you're still holding on to something, you can't just be free. I'm sorry. It won't happen. Okay? So in order for this new beginning to start, you have to be willing to start this new cycle. And that also means letting go of the defeat. You can feel the defeat. You can feel it. But you can't stay there. Okay? These old ties, you have to decide if they're good for the new beginning or if they're not. Okay, I love this card because look at the roots. Okay? You have to decide, are these still roots you want? Or is it time to start over? Okay? And you can't be worried about other people like having their reasons or like having their ideas. Like you can't worry about that. You have to just you have to have your own sort of truth, okay? You have to have your own sort of truth. You can't let other people make decisions for you. Okay? Their lack of knowing or their lack of not knowing themselves is not your issue. It's not your problem. Okay? And you can't let people project things on you. Like something I'm working on is like if I notice like people are having bad days or people are just like, being human, like it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand what energy is yours and what energy isn't yours. When people are casting doubt on you or your ideas or things you want to do, you can't listen to them. You have to understand that's their own fears. Okay? They haven't faced their fears, and that's all you should take from that. But you are strong. You are resilient. You're not going to let that bother you because in order to do this, to manifest, to make the things that you want to make, you have to trust yourself. And trusting yourself leaves no room for doubt. Okay? But we all know in relationships, trust comes from going through the dark with like others, like relationships that have been tested. 6 of Wands. And that's how we build trust. But you have to understand you've built that trust with yourself. You've built that trust with yourself. So now you've learned the lessons. Are you going to keep doing the same thing over or are you going to do something new? What do you want to do? How do you want to move? How do you want to move? Okay? We don't have to be worried about what other people say. Only person that matters, aside from those that you trust and who have your best interest at heart, is yourself. Okay? These cards, I love them, but they're so... Let's go back. Okay? There's a lot of like new ideas and like new beginnings that are coming, but they can't come until we've done the work. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You can't let other people hold you back. These fears are going to hold you back. Okay? Fighting with yourself, which is why it can't happen. You're either fighting with yourself, fighting with other things. I say things because that shit's real. Things can be thoughts. It could be yourself, your fears, or just straight up with other people that don't really care about you because they don't trust themselves. Okay? Feelings of just like, oh, I want something else. And you can have it. But we can't play the victim. Okay? You can't play the victim. Everything you need, you've already got. So how are you going to use what you need or what you got already and become the magician and actually make things happen? Okay? Be your own warrior. Cut that bad shit out. Detoxify. What's not good for you doesn't need to come anywhere near you, and it needs to know it can't come near you. It needs to know you've got a special force field around you. And if you come anywhere close, I'm going to smite that ass. Okay? Now, you don't want to block out the good things, but I'm talking about the things that don't have the, don't have your best interest. Okay? Just don't. This is us avoiding pain. Just, this is the end of it. When you are avoiding shadow work, it's like avoiding it. But this is just let it, just feel it. Feel it. Face your fears. Let them just look at them and ask, what are you trying to tell me? We all come here to learn different things. What are you trying to tell me? And then move on. Let that be your first step into your new future. Okay? Make space. Feeling is a human thing. Okay? 9 of Cups in reverse. You're unfulfilled. Some of us are unfulfilled because we've been living in just such a safe place, something we know, things that are familiar. But you can't have wish fulfillment until you are willing to kind of step out of the box and do something you've never done before. Because right now you're just living in the boundaries that other people have already created for you. You know, going back to that new beginning, it can't start. It's in reverse, it can't start. Mother of Pentacles. You're afraid of your own potential. You know? You just gotta go. You just gotta go. Okay? Bring balance. Let's get one more. Oh, okay. Magician again. Yes. Do the work. Do the work. You got this. You got this. Stop playing the victim. Get out of there. Stop it. It's time to do the work. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Okay? You can't constantly be in a state of fighting. It's tiring. Okay? You get sick that way. Your muscles get tired, and then when you really need them, they can't be used. And then that's when we start to look for things that are easy fixes outside of ourselves, because we don't have the energy to truly be still and find what our true medicine is. Your body is so powerful. It's connected to your heart and your soul. A whole electromagnetic field is beaming from you. But when you allow yourself to be distracted and to be you just allow yourself to be beat down, those waves that kind of go out and shift the world, it just gets weakened. It's kind of like a wilting flower. But you have to be able to connect your heart and your mind. All of those things are working together because it's working with your soul. That inner spirit in you. But if we allow our bodies, our physical bodies, to become tired by other people, I'm not talking about illness and things like that, because there's some things that's something we can't control, you know? But you can take care of your heart. That's something you can do. Let's talk to our ancestors. Or, my bad. No, this isn't the angels and ancestors. This is the mystical shaman oracle. Sorry. The rainbow. Look at that. Y'all got this. We got this. This is what's waiting. Look at that. Forward movement. All those colors. I will read that one because I'm not, oh no. Beauty way. Open up. Open up. Fours coming through strong. I see you, ancestors. I see you, angels. They're with us right now because they know right now it's a spiritual war going on. The coyote and the circle. The earth keeper. It is a spiritual war going on right now. And it all is in within us. You have to make your choice. What's going to control you? What's controlling your next move? Is it in alignment with your heart? Or is it only off of like pure like physical and like man, I don't know how to explain it. What's making your decisions for you? Rainbow, beauty way. Oh, look at the dragonfly. Dragonflies are so powerful. I saw a saying about how dragonflies are really special because it's like on the wings of the dragonfly are like your angels. Like it carries your angels around. So whenever I see dragonflies, that's what I see. I think of like strong ancestral energy and just like protection. You know, the coyote watching, true watching. And then we have the circle, which I think speaks to like a new cycle beginning, like things have come back. The hands on it remind me of different like places we've been in that circle. And then I think like as you level up, it kind of, you know, you play a different role with those same hands. That's just what I'm getting from the card. Okay, I want to read those cards though, because I think it's important for not only my interpretation, but the actual, because these are like, I'm feeling just a lot of like openness and like, but not just open, but like allowing that like coexistence between higher self, not existence, but like that interconnectedness of like higher self and shadow and working together so that we like, we do the work together, you know, in this realm at least. And the moon energy is so strong right now. It's so strong. Okay. The rainbow is card 41. I will try and read these quickly. I know my videos are getting longer, but you know, it is what it is. And if you don't need to see it, you wouldn't be here right now. Okay. The rainbow. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of true spiritual path, which manifest as colors of the 7 chakras. Ooh, alignment. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as the full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it's an affirmation that all is well and that you are in the right relationship with spirit. The invitation. The rainbow tells you that the end of a storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. The medicine. Don't get caught in pursuit of the illusion of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Find the treasure now, in the moment, by coming into the right relationship with those around you. All your gifts are at hand, so obvious you may have missed them. Be true with your intentions and do not be led astray by daydreams. Yeah, that's what's up. I really like that. Where are we at? 35. I'm gonna read these cards because I think each of them are special, and I think we all need them. So for the beauty way, the essence. Beauty way is both a path that you travel on and a daily practice. The path is where you choose to perceive only beauty before you, behind you, and all around you as you journey through life. The practice is where you take action to bring beauty to every situation you are in. When things get ugly, you act to bring integrity and peace to the difficult encounter. When everyone else perceives only darkness, you point out the light and help uncover the hidden treasures. The invitation. The beauty way invites you to create beauty in your life and to recognize the beauty inside yourself and in others. Stop to smell the roses, take a deep breath, look up at the stars, and recognize the splendor that surrounds you. See the beauty in whatever situation you find yourself in, and you will receive the lesson that life is teaching you in a kind and gentle way. The medicine. Stop trying to fix relationships that you believe are broken. Recognize that things are exactly as they need to be in this moment and acknowledge the inherent beauty in that. When you understand this, you will be able to bring about the change you want. Do not engage in gossip about the darkness and flaws of others. Be careful not to be seduced by the superficial beauty of a project or relationship you are toying with, unless you are willing to pay a price for it later. Mhm. Okay. Number 12. The coyote. The essence. The coyote is the symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. The coyote brings the energy of a divine deception to set you free from shackles of which doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that coyote brings you the opposite of what you hope for. The lessons offered by coyote may at first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. The invitation. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit. Yet, you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path, leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this. Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. The medicine. Are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you in this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to, to ensure your goal is met. Coyote howls in the shadows to remind you that this may be a lesson too painful to learn. Beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. No matter how seductive their superficial traits and how beautiful or sparkly they appear, all that glitters there will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. Protect yourself. Use your discernment. And the last card is number 8, the circle. The essence. Unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, ever changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. The invitation. When the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, knowing that you count, that you have purpose in this world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course. Keep dancing and all will be well. The medicine. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this. In the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again. Prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit always waits for you to find your place in the dance again. All right, everyone. So you already know what it is. Whatever resonates with you, keep it, and what doesn't, leave it. Yeah, I'm feeling very, just good right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like, yes, it feels like we might be trudging up a mountain, but I cannot wait to see the view when I get to the top. Sending you all lots of love. Remember to love yourself, give yourself grace, give others grace. Try your best not to pass judgment, okay? Because it won't be long before you're judged, okay? Send others the same love you're seeking. And yeah. Oh my God. So, okay, before we go, I just want to show you that right under this work card is the sun. And under that was the star. And under that was completion, the world. Okay? Which just tells me that just work on yourself. Let your fears, let it all go. And look at what's waiting for you. Okay? I'll see you next time. Loves.